Hi. Hi, I'm Rose, and this is my buddy Marvin at Austin Pets Alive. So when Marvin came to us, he'd been living on the streets for probably about a year, and he was living outside for most of his life before that. So he really hasn't had a whole lot of time to kind of get to know people. And that's why he needs someone who can really take the time to slow down, give him his space, build the relationship, and let him learn to trust you. Because when you do take that time to build that relationship, it absolutely pays off. He grew up as a very independent boy. He lived in a backyard for several years of his life, I think probably about 2 or 3 years. And because he's such a free spirit, he did manage to get out and run around on his own a few times. One of those times he was actually on his own in the wild for about a year. So great thing about Marvin is that he's not too easily ruffled by things in the great wide world, and so taking him out for a walk around on the leash tends to be pretty simple. He just wants to sniff around and find a nice patch of shade to lie down in. He's this giant, floofy, sweet, beautiful boy, and everybody wants to get to know him, and everybody wants to just snuggle all over him. And he's a pup who has a little bit of social anxiety. He hadn't necessarily had a lot of human time in his life when he was a young guy, and so he's still learning how to interact with people. Anyone who wants to have him in their life and in their home needs to learn how to take things slowly at his pace. I promise it is slow, even though he's being persistent about attention right now. We've built a very strong relationship over many months to get to this point. So the kind of home that we're hoping for Marvin is a house with a lot of space. He's a big boy, and a yard where he can run around for the little bits of time that he'll run. Mostly he wants to lay on the floor and do pretty much nothing. And we do prefer, in fact he prefers, that it would be a place where you don't have a bunch of people over. He's not a party animal. He's much more of an introvert who just kind of wants to hang out with his best friend. If you take the time to give him his space and let him take things at his pace, you can see even in this environment, he opens up over time, and he does build a really nice, special bond with his person. And I think that's just gonna blossom in the home. And here's the bottom line on Marvin. This dog is absolutely amazing. He is sweet, he's affectionate, he's independent. Yes, oh my God. And I just lost my train of thought because you're so adorable and I am so in love with you. And I promise you, if you want that to be your day-to-day with him, give it time, give it patience, let him trust you, and you'll be right there too.